Hey, good morning, JRTC. This is December 10th, Thursday. It's for the Let 1 classes. Just a check that you're going to be doing the thinking and learning lesson, the Unit 1, Chapter 2, Lesson 4. It's going to extend into next week, just looking at the amount of material, and there's some things we have to get done to really. I need you guys to actually do the assignments and think through some of this. Some exercises we'll do today, and the rest we'll pick up next week. You also make up for that by doing a current event this week on Friday in place of a quiz. Okay, JRTC essay contest is still ongoing. If you need more information, there's a channel there on the left side of your screen for the essay contest. Materials are there. If you have questions, shoot me a note if you want to compete in that. Marksmanship team. We had all freshman team yesterday, all Let 1s. So congratulate Kiara Campbell, Yasmin Martinez, Jameson Guy, and Levi Darrow on a job well done. And that's actually reverse order of how they fired. Levi had the highest score and worked our way down from there. Our championship shoulder-to-shoulder match is scheduled for Saturday, December 19th. So we'll see. We'll take the top 5 people, 4 of which will compete, and the 5th person will be there as a chance to see things, but also as a backup alternate in case something happens. And of the freshmen, at least one will go, probably 2, because of our upperclassmen. We have some that are unable to compete. Okay, JLab, finished that on Tuesday with the leadership team for round 1 anyway. Round 2 will be in January, so we'll see how that goes. That team's already set. Academic team, we have a competition next Tuesday. Due to some changes, right now we only have 2 definite members, and that's Brooke Alcorn Ferry and Paris Smith. So we need 2 more competitors. So if anybody's interested and can put in some practice, we will create the account and get you going. Okay, boosters. They had a virtual meeting last night, but it was cut short. Not a whole lot of business. Next meeting is January 13th. One note they had is that pies will be delivered on December 16th to Miss Sarah's house, and then we'll have to work distribution from there, or you'll have to pick up pies from her house if you're one of the folks that sold pies. Okay. Let's go to the actual lesson then. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. It's not letting me do it. Great. People keep doing announcement things. All right, here we go. So, personal growth and behaviors as thinking and learning. And we watched the video on the cup clap game. And what I asked you to do was do a flow map to go over learning. And that's based on the reading from the text. So make sure you take a look at the text. The idea is to give yourself a way to learn the task or to show somebody else. So do a flow map to show how you would teach somebody how to do the cup clap game. Okay, so either put a document down there in the comments page, you can attach that, or just send a photo of whatever. If you handwrite it to show your flow map, that's all fine. So that's what I'm looking for grade today for participation. Okay. Some reflection questions, think through as you're doing it, and look back at what you actually did. And we'll get to that later. Okay, I'm going to bring in this other video on learning styles, and we're just going to do a portion of that. So bear with me here. Hopefully the recording will work well. I was having some issues yesterday. The volume.
Each of us has a unique manner or modality of learning. For instance, do you like to work late at night, or do you do your best learning after lunch? Do you read in a quiet room, or can you absorb information with the TV on and people talking in the background? Do you sit straight up in a chair or stretch out with your feet extended? Learning is best accomplished by each of us in different ways. Learning styles are the way individual people begin to concentrate, process, internalize, and remember new and difficult material. These perceptual strengths are our preferred ways of interacting with information. When students learn with their own learning preferences, they learn more with less difficulty and remember far longer than traditional teacher-centered methods. There are many ways in which people learn and process new information. When people know how they learn best and have the opportunity to do so in an optimal learning culture, they perform statistically significantly better. Since it is one of the key goals of JROTC to develop leaders who do well, learning styles becomes a critical success factor in assisting cadets in lifelong learning.
Okay. So we're going to do actually a survey on that here at some point. Okay. I wish I could block that, but it won't let me do the slideshow otherwise. Okay. So learning preferences, each of you is different. And here's where you, again, part of the self-awareness piece, look at yourself. What do you prefer? There's environmental preferences, emotional, sociological, physical, and psychological. We're actually going to do a little exercise here where you're going to fill that out. And you know, there is no right or wrong answer. It is all about you. So you better be right when you assess yourself. Okay, so let's pull that up. Just take a look at it. Not that. Here we go. That's exercise 3. Here we go, exercise 2. Learning preference inventory. So it is done as a PDF, and this is posted in the Files tab under this lesson, the Unit 1, Chapter 2, Lesson 4. So environmental things like agree or disagree. Okay, if the room is too hot, I can't concentrate. In my case, that's true. I prefer for it to be on the cool side. And some people, it's the exact opposite. If it's too cold, they shut down. They don't do well. Okay, having some background music helps me concentrate. Agree or disagree. I know for me, it depends on what I'm doing. Talking to my son the other day. He's into the weightlifting and stuff, and he likes to listen to death metal when he's in the gym because it gets his blood pumping, gets him all fired up, and keeps him going. Helps him get a couple extra reps in. Is that how he feels? But if I'm studying, maybe have some light background music and something certainly not a high pace. Maybe even classical music, something just quietly, just to drown out any of the background noise and other noises in the house or whatever else, and just be nice and relaxing. Allows me to focus on the task at hand, reading or whatever, writing, whatever it might be. Okay, that's just an idea. There's a whole bunch of other things to go through there. So again, it's agree or disagree, and it's purely based on what are your preferences. So that's what you're going to fill out. I do need you to get that turned in by Friday. I'll post that here a little later. Okay. Physical things. I feel more energetic at night. Are you a night owl? My wife is very much a night owl. I'm the early bird. I wake up. I can't help it. At 5 o'clock, I'm up and moving. Towards night, I'm definitely slowing down and getting tired. So each person has a different preference. Okay. So that's just an awareness thing. We'll talk through some of that. Okay. So the Kolb's experiential learning model, different types of experiences, observation. How do you think through things? Then it breaks down into different categories. So that'll be the next thing we do. So exercise 3, watch a quick video on that and have an exercise associated with that. Now, you're welcome to watch the videos anytime. These are posted in the files folder for you. All right, multiple intelligences.
As individuals, how do we learn? How do we process and retain information? Conclusive evidence indicates that learning is stimulated when information is presented in ways that appeal to our distinctive capacities. New discoveries have opened horizons of insight into the nature of intelligence, the learning process, and enormous diversity of learning methods. Among the most compelling and significant is the work on multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner and David Perkins, researchers at Harvard University. Their studies document 8 intelligences, each representing a learning resource for every student, and by extension, a diversity of learning styles. The 8 intelligences include linguistic or word power, logical or mathematical, spatial or visual thinking, musical, bodily or kinesthetic or action-oriented learning, interpersonal or group learning, intrapersonal or individual learning, and naturalist or environment awareness. Traditional teaching methods primarily use 2 of these, linguistic or teaching with words, and logic or mathematical. Only a small percentage of learners readily absorb information presented this way, and those who do don't necessarily retain the information long term. Each one of us has all 8 intelligences developed at different levels of accomplishment, and we each have a variety of ways of processing new and difficult information.
Okay, that's part of a much more detailed class, but it should at least get you thinking about some of that. It's not are you smart, it's how are you smart. That's what we're really talking about here. What things connect with you. Some of it depends on what you're doing, but the exercise we're going to have you do goes through all this. Again, finds what are your preferences. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. But again, there's 8 different intelligences, and let's take a look at the actual exercise you're going to need to fill out. There we go. Okay. So the experiential learning styles. So you'll have to, again, agree or disagree. So I would rather watch than do. Agree or disagree. Which is interesting because you go down here to the converger. This is the diverger. The pragmatist or converger, I would rather do than watch. That one, if you relate that back to the winning colors, think through, are you, a maybe green or brown, would rather watch than do, think through it first, or are you the red type, you just want to, pile in there and get going. So there's a whole bunch of different questions for you to answer, agree or disagree. Again, this is all for self-awareness. So it goes through the different, so 4 different things here, and the experiential learning styles, and we'll come back to that next week. Okay, I think we're going to hold it right there as far as the presentation portion. Again, I want you to work on exercises 2 and exercises 3, and those can be submitted. I'll do those as assignments for you for tomorrow in place of a quiz. Again, you are encouraged to do a current event as well. That would be very much worthwhile. Only 2 of you have that already done for this quarter. So, okay, take a look at that, and let's go ahead and stop the recording. All right, we'll see you in class. If you have any questions, get a hold of me, video, chat, whatever you need to do. All right.